Hi everybody, Dan Illman here taking a look at the feature race at Del Mar on Sunday. Let's throw up the field for the Grade 3 La Jolla Handicap. 3-year-olds going 1.16 miles on the turf. This race carded as race number 10. It features the grass debut for last year's 2-year-old champion and Breeders' Cup juvenile winner, Storm the Court. Storm the Court's going to have a big ask though, because as we take a look at the Timeform US Pace Projector, arguably the horse to beat is expected to make the lead, and that is the 6, Smooth Like Straight. Coming off of a victory in the War Chant Stakes at Churchill Downs where he was forwardly placed, Smooth Like Straight has a big Beyer speed figure advantage over his competition, and he could prove tough to catch. Let's talk about this field in post-position order, beginning with the number 1, I'm Leaving You, who made his first start against winners in the Oceanside on opening day at Del Mar, and he didn't break very well, and I think that cost him valuable early position. We saw this horse go gate to wire 2 starts back against maiden claimers, so he has the speed to get forward. With an alert break, I think he can tuck into mid-pack. I don't think he's going to be on the lead with a horse like Smooth Like Straight in here, but he can be a bit closer to the pace. He has to prove that he's good enough. He has to prove that he's of the graded stakes caliber, but he does have some upside potential, and maybe he could sneak into the bottom of single race exotics at a price. Number 2 is KP All Systems Go. I thought this horse ran very well 2 starts back in the Cinema at Santa Anita. He didn't break very well. He was saving ground at the back of the pack. He came 4 wide into the stretch, and he just missed to odds-on favorite Haribo, who is a pretty good turf horse in his own right. Now, KP All Systems Go underperformed last time out in the Oceanside. I'm not sure why he didn't run that well. I truly believe he's better than that. Maybe he needs a little bit of pace to set up his kick. Maybe he's just a little bit better right now at Santa Anita, but I want to give him another chance to rebound and at least hit the board in a race like the La Jolla. His race in the Cinema puts him on the radar. Number 3 is Azul Coast, and let's watch his race in the El Camino Real Derby over the Tapeta Service at Golden Gate Fields. In his prior start to the El Camino Real Derby, he was second behind Authentic in the Grade 3 Sham. We see him powering home to win the El Camino Real at 1 1/8, and after this race they ran him in the Santa Anita Derby, and he's just not that kind of a horse. So he's getting class relief, and while his sire Super Saver is not good with first-time turf runners, 9 for 251, only 4% winners, this dam was a graded stakes winner on the turf, and the way Azul Coast won on Tapeta makes me think he's going to be more of a Tapeta and turf horse than a true dirt horse. I think this horse is going to be closing late. He needs a Beyer boost for Bob Baffert. The 4 is A Journey to Freedom, who is coming off Beyer speed figure tops in his last 2 races, often a harbinger of another forward move. This horse is adaptable to any kind of pace situation. He could stay close if the pace is slow. I think he's going to be more mid-pack, maybe even a little bit farther back, because this pace should be solid with a horse like Smooth Like Straight entered. A Journey to Freedom was 3rd in the Oceanside. He had a little bit of traffic that day. He proved he can run with these kind of horses, and I think that he'll be running late again. Another horse that you could certainly consider at a price. Canderel is the number 5. We're going to watch the Oceanside right now, and Canderel is going to swing widest into the stretch, and although he lost some ground here, maybe being this wide didn't bother him that much because there were some horses in behind that got into traffic. He's going to finish ahead of 3 of these horses that he'll face on Sunday, as well as El Tigre Terrible, who came back to win the Real Good Deal Stakes on dirt with an 85 Beyer speed figure. The horse that beat Canderel is a very good turf horse named Hit the Road. Canderel doesn't have to deal with Hit the Road here, and if this pace is solid, this one might be the strongest late closer in the race, and he's a strong contender on Sunday. Smooth Like Straight, though, is the horse to catch and is the horse to beat. Just look at the Beyer edge he has over these horses. 93 Beyer went second to Haribo in the Pasadena. He went right to the front, set a very fast pace, and battled all the way down to the line, and then he took it to him in the War Chant, pressing the pace on the outside. Loved the way he kicked clear at the 3/16 pole of his pace challenger, and then held off the closers. That was a good, solid field he beat at a mile. We'll see if he wants the mile in a 16th, especially if he is pushed early by a horse like Storm the Court, with Smooth Like Straight. Very impressive in his last 2, and is the fastest horse on the way in. Storm the Court, last year's 2-year-old champion, last year's Breeders' Cup juvenile winner. He's got an acceptable turf pedigree. He's by Court Vision, Breeders' Cup mile winner, 7% winners with first-time turf runners, and the dam's already thrown a turf winner. So I think Storm the Court, a horse that looked like he was going off form a bit at the beginning of his 3-year-old season, rebounded with a good race last time out in the Ohio Derby. Maybe he has found the right surface here, and he has excellent tactical speed. He can be placed anywhere the jock wants him. I expect him to be relatively close. Indian Peak completes this field. Let's watch Indian Peak's win in the Snow Chief against Calbreds last time out, going 1 mile and an eighth. This is a gutsy performance for Indian Peak. He wins it by a half length. We know that the 1 mile and a 16th is no problem. He won a race over the Tapeta at Golden Gate 3 starts back at this trip, getting away at the end, earning an 82 Beyer speed figure. Indian Peak is a bit of a sleeper in this race because last time out, he showed he could handle turf. He showed he could handle some better competition. He is stepping up in class again, but he is in very, very good form. Mike Smith, once again, takes the call. We take a look at my top selection for the Grade 3 La Jolla Handicap, and I like the way Canderel closed last time out. I think this additional distance is going to be okay. I'm a little worried about it for Smooth Like Straight, especially if he takes heat up front. So I'm going to hope that Canderel can run them all down in the lane. He'll be my top selection, and it'll be interesting to see how this race is bet. I know that Smooth Like Straight's going to take money. Storm the Court has to take money. We'll see if Canderel maybe gets lost a little bit in the shuffle. 5, 6, 4, 1 for me. The Grade 3 La Jolla Handicap. It is the feature race at Del Mar on Sunday. Approximate post time 6:30 Pacific. Good luck.